Do you remember back in the day when people used to post pictures of their feet at the beach while on vacation? When we could go on vacation. Gotta say, I don't think I'm gonna miss those at all. I'm back, Big Titty Girl Gang, with another review. But this time, there'll be no T or A. Today is not even for those who have a foot fetish, although today's episode is about feet. For those tuning in for the first time, I'm Shmag. I am your host, and on this channel, I review all things for the buxom and bootylicious, and those who run. So, because this isn't my job, I encourage you to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications because I don't do this for a job, so I don't really have a schedule. Today, I'm going to review some socks that are recommended for blister prevention. Why? Because this is a seasonal affliction that I see every summer, besides midges and chafing. And I have a video about that too, shameless plug. So, sit back, grab your coffee. I got my White Oaks from Farm Boy. No, they are not sponsoring me. I just like it. And let's start the show. So, as I mentioned, summertime is when I get most of my blistering. And you could be getting blisters, and there are many factors that come into play. One of them being the sock. So what I've done is I found 3 socks as recommendations through running blogs, and I have run on them for short distances, long distances, and a maximum of 20 kilometers total. And in some cases, I tried them in different running shoes just to make sure that it wasn't the shoe actually dictating what was happening. To give you a little bit of a background and an idea, I'm 5'1" and my foot size is 23 centimeters, which is 9 inches. I typically wear a size 7 shoe just to give me room for swelling and whatnot. And I'm going to show you a diagram of my foot and show you where I get this blistering. And I will put all the links of all of the things and items that I have purchased below if you feel inclined to test these out yourself. Here is a list of criteria that I'm going to use to evaluate these socks. I'm going to look at the fit and the size that I purchased, the wicking and breathability, the grip and slip in the shoe, the style and the function, the materials, and whether or not I got a blister. First up on the list is the Balega Natural Fiber Performance Blister Resist. I have to read these things because the names are so long, they're longer than my last name. This I got for $17.22 Canadian. I bought it in a small unisex. So this isn't gender specific. I don't know if there is a benefit to gender specificity. Is that a word? I'll put a picture to show you what these are, but here's what they look like. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of different areas of compression underneath the arch and the top of the foot. This isn't biased, meaning it's not left and right biased, so both socks can go on either foot. I bought this in a size small unisex, as I said, and I felt like it was the right fit for my foot. I felt like there was like minimal compression. I like a light compression. I prefer compression in the summer as well because I get swelling. The materials, they're calling it a Dynamics mohair mix, and yes, this is made out of mohair. I don't know if you've ever had mohair underwear, but I wear those in the winter to keep my booty warm, and this material is a little bit thicker than I would want for summer running. It is a good material for winter running. It has the seamless toe, which is something you definitely want, and it comes in a few styles. I got the quarter cut. There's crew cut and no-show cut. I don't know why you would want no-show cut for running because I think it would just bunch under your foot, but maybe for walking. I feel like the material of the mohair gave me good grip inside my shoe, so there wasn't a lot of slipping going on. Also, because it's a thicker material, I feel like it filled out the shoe a lot nicer. Last thing that happened is that I didn't get a blister. So I didn't get a blister on my runs here except for one, and I felt like it was happening on the arch of my left foot, which is not usually where I get a blister. But for the other runs that I did, basically no blisters, it wasn't aggravating my calluses, nothing. So I think it's a good sock. I just don't think I would wear it in the summer just because of the heavy material. Okay, next on the docket is the Rockay. Rockay. I don't know why I'm saying it that way, but I don't know. whatever. The Rockay Accelerate Anti-Blister Running Sock that I got for $22.90 Canadian. I also bought this in a size small unisex. So again, I don't know if there would be a benefit in doing gender specific. I don't know if women's feet are much different other than being smaller. It does have a right-left bias, so it does tell you if it's the right foot and left foot, and that probably ensures that the padding and the patterns of compression are where they're supposed to be. It is made of 100% recycled or upcycled ocean waste materials. So I don't know what that entails. I imagine it's probably, I don't know, water bottles and cigarette butts. So I got the ankle height. I have the seamless toe in there. The wicking is very good. And not only that, I feel like the top of the foot is a different mesh that gives you extra breathability. I actually feel the air circulation in the shoe with this sock, which I quite enjoy. It boasts of having a reflective logo. I'm not really sure what you would need that for because I don't know. And it also boasts of Anti-Odor Technology. So the explanation for the Anti-Odor Technology is that they want you to reduce the amount of times you wash your sock. I don't know about you, but I'm sure the runners can relate that when you leave your tights and your running gear for a little bit too long to ferment in the laundry, it smells like a dead body. I haven't had the desire to dig through my laundry to pull these out post-run. I can't attest that this is a fact or not. So, smell at your own risk. I did not get a blister at all, which I obviously love. That doesn't mean I won't get a blister later on in the season. So, I would recommend these socks just for the pure enjoyment of having the air circulation, which is going to be great for the summer. There's very little slip. What I mean by the slip and grip is that when you have too much slip in your shoe, you are rotating your ankle a lot more than you need to, and you're trying to fight your shoe to stabilize your foot. And that is not what you want to do. It could cause an injury down the line. I find it frustrating. And that brings me to sock number 3. Speaking of blisters and speaking of slip, gotta read this because again, it's another long name. Physix Stamina Circulation Recovery Sock. And I needed to recover from this sock. Why? Because it did not fit properly. So the package comes with 2 pairs, which is a benefit. I did like the compression in the arch of the foot, but like I said, when I put it on, there was excess toe room, and when there's excess material, there's excess rubbing, and you get blisters, or potential blisters. So I got this, again, in a unisex sizing. It was small, medium. The next size is large, extra large. I don't like ambiguous sizes in general, but I really don't like when they mix between small and medium. So it's not a very specific size, and that might be the problem with the sizing on this. The next problem I have with this was the slip and grip. There was basically no grip and a whole lot of slip. So for this sock, I tried to give it a fair chance. So I ran in 2 different shoes to make sure that it wasn't the shoe that was causing the slip. It's a Lycra mix. I don't know the total details, but I know it's a Lycra mix. I don't know what the rest of the materials are. And basically, I had the beginnings of a blister during a 5K run. So that's pretty short for me. That's it, folks. 3 pairs of socks for anti-blister management. The Balega I'd recommend for the winter running. The Rockay for summer running. The Physix, I don't think I would recommend that. Not just for the sizing, but for the slip action that's happening in there. I don't think so. Again, I don't guarantee that you won't get blistering this summer. I have other methods of mitigating the blistering, but that's for another shoe. Until next time, may you run in safety and in pure bliss. And may the midges die, because Lord knows I've eaten most of them. You're welcome. Bye.